Okay, students, today we are going to discuss so mean chart, range chart, model 2. So in the last class, what we did is the mean chart and range chart. Now we are going to do the same problems in a different model. So problem will be different. The model is same. Problem will be somewhat different. So let us go through that one. So a drilling machine. సో అరగోపాల్ కొద్దిగా మ్యూట్ చేసుకున్నాను ఒక్క నిమిషం మళ్ళీ యూజ్ చేస్తాను నేను ఓకే ఏ డ్రిల్లింగ్ మెషిన్ బోర్స్ హోల్స్ విత్ మీన్ డయామీటర్ ఆఫ్ 0.5230 centimeters. So first go through the problem what exactly he has given, that is very important. A drilling machine bores holes with a mean diameter. Mean stands for, okay, it may be x bar or mu, something like that, okay, and a standard deviation of so and so. This is not a sample. There is no word about the sample. Okay, calculate the 2 sigma 3 sigma limits, upper lower control limits of for means of samples for. Now he is discussing about the means of samples for and prepare a control chart. So first what we have to do is that here 0.5230 is there. This is nothing but x double bar. X double bar. This 0.5230 is the x double bar. So means of samples for and this is nothing but x double bar. Okay, what is this one? Standard deviation of 0.032 centimeters. So what is this one is the sigma, that is 0.032 centimeters. Okay, next one, what he is asking 2 sigma 3 sigma limits. Okay, of for means of samples of 4. What is the symbol for 4? What is the symbol for 4? N is equal to 4. We have n is equal to 4, so we know x double bar and sigma and n is equal to 4. Okay, so next one, standard error of x bar. Standard error of x bar means we have a formula here. For the previous problem, this problem is different. For the previous problem, we are having the mean and range. From that one, you are concluding. Here, the standard deviation is there. If you in problem, if you have a standard deviation, how to solve this model? That is the model 2 of the mean and range chart. That you have to remember. Okay, standard error of x bar we have to find out. Formula is what? This is the formula. Sigma by root n is the formula. Sigma is how much? 0.032. N is equal to how much? 4. N is equal to 4 means root n is equal to how much? 2. Okay. In place of sigma, how much you have to write? Sigma, in place of sigma, you have to write 0.0032. You have to write 0032. You have to write. In place of root n, how much you have to write? N is equal to 4. Root n is equal to how much? 2. 2 you have to write. So what is the value then? 0.0016. 0.0016. Okay, next one, 3 sigma limits for means we have to find 3 sigma limits. 3 sigma limits we have to find out. So control line is what? For the previous problem, the same here. Formulas will be same only. X double bar. Control line is nothing but x double bar. Control line is same x double bar. So upper control line formula is x double bar plus 3 into sigma by root n. So remember, if it is 3 sigma limits, write 3 into something. If it is 2 sigma limits, 2 into something you have to write. If it is 2 sigma limits, you write 2 into something you have to write. That you have to remember. Okay. So now what you have to do? Is equal to x double bar is how much? 0.5230. 0.5230 is x bar. Now you have to write it here. 3 anyway, 3 you have to write it. Sigma is how much? Sigma by root n value is how much? 0.0016. 0.0016. That you have to write here. So multiply that one. How much you are going to get? 0.5278 centimeters. This is the upper control line. Similarly, lower control line, x double bar minus, this is plus, this is minus, 3 into sigma by root n. So that is equal to same, x double bar is 0.5230 minus 3 into 0.0016. So 0.5182 centimeters. So we have completed 3 sigma limits: control line, upper control line, and a lower control line. Now you have to go for 2 sigma limits. So only difference is in place of 3, you come across with 2. That is the only difference. 2 sigma limits per means. So control line is same, 0.5230 centimeters. Upper control line is x double bar plus 2 into sigma by root n. 2 into sigma by root n. So 2 sigma limits you have to write this 2 into sigma by root n. So now what you just substitute the values, you will get like this. Similarly, lower control line is x double bar minus 2 into sigma by root n. So just you substitute the values. So what happens? X double bar is 0.5230 minus 2 into sigma by root n. Already we did 0.0016, therefore 0.5198. So we did the 2 sigma limits and 3 sigma limits. That is about the second model of the mean chart. When you have to do the second model, if you come across with the standard deviation, if you in a problem, if you come across with the standard deviation sigma, then you go for the second model. Okay. Next we will go to the one more problem. So what is the problem he is giving is the measurements on averages x bar. Measurements on average x bar and ranges are from 20 samples. Each of size 5 gave the following results. X double bar is equal to 99.6. Already has given x double bar is something, r bar is equal to something. Determine the values of the control limits, so and so. Okay. Next, what he has given is that for n is equal to 5, mean range is equal to 2.32 into population standard deviation. This is the formula. Mean range stands for r bar. R bar is equal to 2.32 into sigma, for which n is equal to 5. If n is equal to 5, this is the value. If n is equal to 6, that is a different value. I will show that one also. Okay. So now control line is x bar. Control line is x bar. For the same one, you have to do the control line is the same. So next one is what? Upper control line is x double bar plus 3 into sigma by root n. Because here he has given a relation. Mean range is equal to 2.32 into population standard deviation. So in standard deviation he has given, that way you have to do it in this model. You can do it in the both models. This problem you can do it in the original first model or second model, whichever is convenient you can do. I am saying why, because means he has given a relation, that's why I am saying in this model. So lower control is x double bar minus 3 into sigma by root n. X double bar value is how much? 99.6. 99.6. Okay, no problem. Sigma value we don't know. N value, n is equal to how much? N is equal to 5. We have to find out sigma. Problem is completed. Okay. So the same problem you can do it in the x double bar control line, x double bar plus a2 r bar, lower control x double bar minus a2 r bar. X double bar already you know, r bar already you know, a2 value you can find out for n is equal to 5 in the tables. So in this model also you can solve the problem. But here he has given like this. I am trying to solve the problem in this model. Okay. We can solve the problem in both methods. We will solve using the standard deviation. So mean range means R bar. R bar is equal to what he is saying? Generalized formula is D2 into sigma. This is the formula. Actual formula is mean range is nothing but R bar. This value is nothing but D2, small d2, not capital D2, multiplied by standard deviation. Okay. Now R bar is equal to D2. D2 means for n is equal to 5, D2 value is 2.3 in the tables. You just check the tables. You come across with the same. For n is equal to 5, D2 value is how much? D2 value is 32. For n is equal to 5, D2 value is 2.32. So in place of D2, you substitute 2.32. Here D2 small d2, not capital D2. 2.32 times of sigma. what we require? Only sigma we require. Sigma is equal to how much? R bar by 2.32. Sigma is equal to how much? R bar by 2.32. R bar is how much? 7. R bar is equal to 7 by 2.32. Therefore, 3.0172 you are going to get. Similarly, now what you compare, what you did is the only sigma you have completed. Next we have to find out the control limits. Control line is same. X double bar. X double bar is how much? 99.6 already has given 99.6. Just paste it here. Okay. Next upper control line. Upper control line formula is what? Upper control line formula is x double bar plus 3 into sigma x double bar plus 3 into sigma by root n. Okay. Similarly, lower control line formula x double bar plus 3 into sigma by root n. So that means 99.6 into multiplied by so and so. You are getting 103 point something. Lower limit is x double bar minus 3 into sigma by root n. All the values you know, sigma you know, n value you know, x double bar. Just substitute, you are going to get the answer. Okay. So control line, upper control line and lower control line. In this model, what you have to remember is that if you know the standard deviation, use this method. If you don't know the standard deviation, use this method. One more thing is here in the previous problem directly he has given the standard deviation. In this problem he indirectly has given the standard deviation. That means you have to conclude the standard deviation using the formula R bar is equal to small d2 multiplied by standard deviation. That you have to remember the formula. Okay. So next we are going to one more model. What is that one is done? Just we will discuss. What is the model we are going to discuss. Next, what he is saying is the control chart for attributes. Control charts for attributes. Okay. Control charts for attributes. What is meant by control charts for attributes? You have to find out. So what is meant by control chart for attributes? Let us discuss this one. What is attributes? What is variables? Let us consider control charts for variables. First, we will discuss control charts for variables. So just you look at this by what he is looking at his height. He is looking at his height. Okay, now you go through the cycle tires. Each cycle tire has a different diameter. Each cycle tire has a different diameter. So by looking at these two, you can say that these are called the control charts for variables. These problems you can do it in the control charts for variables. What is exactly the meaning is anything which you can measure, anything if you can measure, do it in the control chart for variables. That means whatever the problems we did previously, those problems comes under the control chart for variables. That means the diameter or paracetamol, how much it is, potency, that means 500 mg or 1 mg like that. Control chart for variable field that can be measurable, you can do it in the control chart for variables. That what are the different charts? X bar chart, R chart, sigma chart or standard deviation chart. Control chart for variables are three charts: X bar chart, range chart or R chart, sigma chart or standard deviation chart. So control chart for attributes. Now we are going to discuss control chart for attributes. What is this one? Suppose a bulb production company is there. Philips bulbs company production is there. So many bulbs are producing. So I am going to test one bulb. So this bulb is lighting. I am testing one more bulb, but this bulb is failed. So this bulb didn't lighten at all. So that means this bulb is defective. This bulb is good. That means there are some situations that you cannot measure the product. You cannot measure the product. The bulb length, the bulb diameter, that you cannot measure here. Okay. Here you can say that about the bulb, it is a defective bulb or non-defective only you can say. That type of situations you have to go for the control chart for attributes. So what the different good or bad. Suppose Vishnu is a good boy, that you can say like that, good or bad, defective or non-defective, fit or unfit. So if you cannot measure that problems, you have to do it in control chart for attributes. The problems, the you that can be measured, can be do it in the control chart for variables. So that problems that cannot be measurable, that can be do it in control chart for fractional defective. Simply we can say that P chart, NP chart, C chart. So in attributes we have P chart, NP chart, C chart. That you have to remember. Variables X bar chart, R chart, and sigma chart. Okay. Next we will discuss one problem. Then you come across with the what is the meaning exactly. So what he is saying is that now we are discussing about the P chart. So sample number versus the number of defectives. Sample number he has given, number of defectives he has given. So how many samples are there? Up to 8, 9, 10, so on 15. Total 15 samples are there. In the first sample we have the 8 defective bulbs. Similarly in the 15 sample has the 9 defective bulbs. Samples of 100, let us consider in place of tubes, consider 100 bulbs. So each sample has how many bulbs? 100 bulbs. Each sample has 100 bulbs. This you have to remember. How many samples? 15 samples. Each sample size is 100. That you remember this one. Okay. If you come across the defectives, you have to do the problem in terms of the P chart or NP chart or C chart. Defective. Remember, defective means P chart, NP chart or C chart. What he is asking them on the basis of the information given below, prepare a control chart for the fractional defective. That means P chart he is asking. Okay, let us do that one. Remember, how many samples? 15 samples. How many each sample? How many bulbs are there? 100 bulbs. 15 samples. Each sample has 100 bulbs. That you have to remember. How many samples are there? 15 samples are there. Okay. Next, number of defectives I am writing in terms of column wise. Okay. Next, each sample has how many defectives? 100 defectives, 100 bulbs. Each sample has 100 items or 100 bulbs. So number of defectives is 8 in the first sample. Now 8 you divide with 100. 8 you divide with 100. How much you are going to get? 0.08. This is the fractional defective. In the question he is asking the fractional defective. Fractional defective, how will you get? 8 by 100. You will get 0.08. 0.08. Next, 10 divided by total number of samples in that one. 10 by 100, 13 by 100, 9 by 100, so on and so forth. If you do that one, you are going to get fractional defective means number of defectives by total number of items in that particular samples. In each sample 100, therefore 8 by 100, 10 by 100, so on. Okay. Next. Here the formula. First we have to find out the P bar. P bar is equal to total defectives. How many defectives? Total defectives are there. How many defectives are there totally? Total how many defectives? 169. Total summation of the fractional defective is sigma P is 1.69. Okay. Total defectives how many? 169 are there. 169 defectives are there. Therefore, you write 169 here. Number of items inspected. Total number of items. How many there are there? Total number of items inspected. Let us consider. Sample 1 has how many items? 100. Sample 2 has how many items? 100. Sample 15 also 100. Samples are 15. Each sample has 100 items. Therefore, number of items inspected is how much? 15 into each sample has 100 items. That means 15 into 100. Therefore, 1500 you will get. If you simplify that one, 169 by 15 into 100, 0.113. So P bar is equal to 0.113. So now we have to find out the 3 sigma control limits for P chart. So P control line is nothing but P bar only. So P bar is how much? 0.113. 0.113. Now you write it here. Next, upper control line. Upper control line is nothing but P bar plus 3 sigma limits. Therefore, 3 into root of p bar into 1 minus p bar by n. P bar value you know. 3 value already 3. N value is how much? Number of samples in the each sample. Number of how many each sample, how many number are there? 100. That is n. Don't say that 15. Okay. Therefore, what happens? P bar is 0.113. Next, in place of p bar is substitute 0.113 and simplify. You are going to get upper control line 0.208. Next, you write the lower control line. So lower control line is this one. Just in place of p bar the values, you are going to get 0.0018. So control line is there, upper control line is there, lower control line is there. So control line formula is p bar, upper control line is p bar plus something, lower control line is p bar minus something. Okay, just to substitute the formulas. How to find? How to remember? This problem belongs to the P chart, means defectives. He will give the defectives. Then you come across the P chart. He is asking the fractional defective chart. That's why I am taking the 8 by 100, 10 by 100. Okay, that you have to remember. So this is about the P chart. So once again I will explain this one. If you have any doubts, you can raise hands. In today's class, what we have discussed is in today's class we have the when the standard deviation is given, this you have to follow. What we have to find out? This value is x double bar. This value is sigma. Okay. This value is how much n value that I am writing here. Okay. Formula for this one is standard error sigma by root n. So sigma by root n. In place of sigma you substitute 0.0032. In place of root n is nothing but 2. Just 0.0016. So 3 sigma limits formula is control line x double bar only. X double bar only. Just you have to substitute here x double bar. Okay. Upper control line is x double bar plus 3 into sigma by root n. So x double bar is how much? 0.4230. You paste here this one 0.5230. 3 is only 3. Sigma by root n is how much? 0.0016. Now you paste here. So similarly, you find the lower control line. You will get the same some different value 0.5182. So he is asking the 2 sigma limits. In place of 3, substitute 2, you will get the next one 2 sigma limits. Control line same, upper control line 2 into something, lower control line. Lower control line is 2 into something. Okay, you will get the values like this. Okay, next model is here in this problem he has directly not given the standard deviation, indirectly he has given mean range is equal to 2.32 into population standard deviation. Mean range he has given, that means indirectly he has given. So you have to find out upper control line is x double bar plus 3 into sigma by root n, lower control line is this one more formula x double bar plus a2r bar x double bar minus a2r bar. We can do this problem in the both the ways. Now we are using the only standard deviation model. So mean range means r bar. This is small d2. This is sigma value. Now all the values you know, just you substitute in this one, you are going to get the values. For n is equal to 5, d2 value is 2.32. d2 value is 2.32. That you have to remember using the tables. So sigma is equal to how much you are going to get? Sigma is equal to how much you are going to get is 3.0172. Okay. Next, 3 sigma control limits means x double bar. How much x double bar? Value of x double bar 99.6. So 99.6 you are going to get. Upper control line is x double bar plus 3 into something. Just substitute the values you are going to get. Similarly, lower control line, substitute the values you are going to get. Control chart for variables means which you can measurable. That you can do the problem using the x bar chart, range chart, sigma chart. This one that you cannot measure, defective bulbs that you cannot measure, that problems you have to do it using the P chart, NP chart, C chart. Control chart for variables, control chart for attributes. Okay, next. How to remember the problem? This is a P and PC chart means he will give the defectives. That means defectives. Therefore, P and PC chart. He is asking the fractional defective. That means P chart. Okay. So you remember 15 samples. Each sample has 100 bulbs. That you have to remember. Now samples are 15. Next number of defectives he has given. Next each sample divided with 100. So how much you are going to get? 0.08 like this. Summation of defectives how much? 169. Summation of fractional defective. Sigma p is 1.69. So P bar formula is total defectives. Total defects, how will you get total defectives? Already added the values here. Total defectives, values added 169. So 169 by something you have to write it. 169 by number of items inspected. How many items are there? Total 15 samples are there. 15 into 100. Each sample has 100. Therefore, you are going to get 169 by something 0.113. 3 sigma limits you have to do. Control line is P bar itself. P bar means 0.113. Next upper control line is formula is this one. P bar is equal to this one. Just substitute in this one. Wherever you come across P bar, you will get like this. Similarly, lower control line is this one. In place of P bar, you substitute the value. You will get the lower control line. This is the way to find out the P chart. Okay. Thank you.